Hey, this is Kevin from Breakdance, and we're excited to announce Breakdance 2.1. We've added some great new features in Breakdance 2.1, such as a brand new image element that auto-pulls alt tags from the media library. For third-party design set creators, we've added the ability for users to import your design sets in one click. Global colors are now available in the gradient picker. More keyboard shortcuts to speed up your workflow. We've added developer filters for Breakdance AI. We've vastly improved the icon search and other icon library enhancements. We've included a new template condition to determine whether a page is or is not built with Breakdance, and a ton of small polishes, fixes, and enhancements. Let's take a look at some of the new features available in Breakdance 2.1. First, for those creating third-party design sets for Breakdance, we've added the ability for your users to import those to their own site in a single click, just like the official design sets. Here's how to enable one-click import for any design set you create. First, go to the WordPress dashboard, then go to Breakdance Settings, Design Library, and then click the Full Site Import Enabled option. After you've enabled that, you can then paste in your thumbnail URL, and this thumbnail URL will be used in the design library for other sites that are importing this design set. Once that's all set, go ahead and save the changes. Let's copy our shareable URL, go to our destination site, and we'll go down to Breakdance Settings, Design Library, and add our custom design set. Let's now save the changes, and then let's go back to Design Library. We can now see that our custom design set is ready to be imported right here at the top of the page. Let's click Import, run through this process. We'll see everything works correctly. Let's close this, go to our pages, and we'll see that all the pages we previously added are now available. We can see a template, header, global block, and then let's go to the front end of the site. We'll see that our design is all ready and set up, and we're ready to go with the new design set. Breakdance 2.1 introduces a new image element. We've completely rewritten the image element from the ground up. It has cleaner HTML on the front end, and it has several new controls available. Let's start by looking at the HTML on the front end. We now have just an image element. There's no divs, there's no picture, it's just a straight image element, and that's all the HTML that is used on the front end. Let's go back to the builder and look at some of the new options we have available. First, we have the option of where you can choose your image from. You can choose the media library and select it like you could before, or you can choose an image URL, and then you can just paste in any image URL, and then you can set your different attributes like you normally would. So you can set the alt tag, the lazy load, and the HTML width and height. Let's clear this and go back to our media library option. One of the things we're most excited for is that the alt tag allows you to select the media library as the source of the tag. This means that whenever you update the images text in the media library, it will also update on the front end. We also have the custom and decorative options. The custom allows you to write in your own alt tag, and the decorative option lets the browser know that this image does not add any additional information to the page and can exclude it for accessibility options. We also have options for lazy load, which is enabled by default, an option to remove source set and sizes, and an option to manually set the HTML width and height. Next, we're introducing the new icon library improvements that are available in Breakdance 2.1. We've improved the search results in our icon library so that word order is not as important. You could search for arrow right, or you could search for right arrow, and you'll see a bunch of different icons that you can use. We've also improved the ability to manage your icons. So if you have a custom icon set, you can now delete the entire icon set, but you can also delete individual icons with just a click. Additionally, you can export your custom icon set and use it in other Breakdance sites. We've added a new preference option for including custom breakpoints in breakpoint chooser dropdowns in the properties panel. Let's briefly show how this is done by going to Settings, Preferences. We'll first look at our breakpoints. We'll see we have a sample breakpoint here that is set to media min width 1 pixel. Let's go back to UI settings, and we're going to click the Include Custom Breakpoints in Breakpoint Dropdowns option and close this. Now, when we go to work on elements that have drop-downs, for example, the menu builder, if we go to the mobile menu design, show at, we can now see our sample breakpoint here, and we can select that breakpoint. Global colors now show within the gradient picker. This makes it easier to keep your color palette under control. Let's go ahead and look at this really quickly. We have a section already selected. We're going to go to gradient, choose a gradient, and then we're going to go ahead and select our color palette items right down here at the bottom. And we can see that the gradient automatically uses those colors. Let's go ahead and go to global settings, palette, and then let's change our base color to something else. And we'll see that this updates in the gradient as well as other areas on our design. Breakdance 2.1 introduces a new condition to check whether or not a post or page is built with Breakdance. This is really useful for template conditions, but it can also be used for element conditions. On this site, for example, we have a sample page that is created with the standard WordPress editor, and then most of our other pages are created with Breakdance. So we're going to create a basic template for our pages that are not created in Breakdance. Let's go ahead and look at our page on the front end. We can see that it just has the post content, the header, and the footer. This is using the default Breakdance template, but we're going to go ahead and add a little more to this. So let's go to our template page. And we'll see that we have a single page template here already. Let's look at the settings. And we can see that we already have the location set to single pages, and the condition is content created with is not Breakdance. So this location and conditions mean that any pages that are not created with Breakdance will display this template. Let's go ahead and save this again. And now let's edit this template in Breakdance. We are going to add a post title element, add some spacing at the bottom, add a post content element, and we are going to save the page. Let's go back to our templates, activate this template, and let's go look at the sample page on the front end. We can now see that this uses the layout we've just added, and now pages created with WordPress content display this new template on the front end. This concludes the new features that we are going to cover in this video. You can check the changelog for any new features as well as the polishes and fixes that we've added in Breakdance 2.1. We'd like to thank everyone who's provided feedback through feature requests, submitting bug reports, contacting our support team, or any other way you may have contacted us. This continues to help shape the future of Breakdance, and we're excited to release Breakdance 2.1 and see the new websites and designs that will be created.